Well, 3 decades after Waco, we are getting a look at the tragic events that immediately followed the standoff in a new limited series.
Very excited this morning to be joined by actor Giovanni Ribisi to tell us more about his role in the Showtime series Waco, The Aftermath. Good morning, Giovanni. Thanks for being with us.
Good morning. How are you?
Doing great. So this show takes us through, as it says, the aftermath of the Waco thing. I think, we all remember it.
Yeah, the siege.
I'm curious, though, in your work on the show and the research, was there anything that jumped out to you that you didn't know about what happened in the aftermath and all that?
Yeah, I mean, that was really the catalyst for me being involved in this. My agent had called me and said, hey, they're doing a sequel for the series Waco, and I said, well, you must be mistaken, because that's like saying there's a sequel to the Titanic. It was pretty definitive what happened there. And he said, no, you got to read it. So I read it, and it was just so fascinating. What this season is about is really the aftermath, and it looks at how Waco, the siege on Waco, and Ruby Ridge before that were the seeds for what is now known as the American militia movement, and the effects that's had on the country for the last 30 years. I think it's the 30-year anniversary coming up this weekend for the last day of the siege.
And one of those connections is Timothy McVeigh, the Oklahoma City bombings. So things that you don't necessarily think are connected most certainly are.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So Timothy McVeigh was actually at the siege on Waco, on the sidelines where there were a lot of people watching, and then the Oklahoma City bombing was done on the 2-year anniversary of the last day of the Waco siege. And yeah, it's I guess, apparently from 2011 there have been 330 or 340 known militias in America. Wow. And I think that's one of the topics of this is the civil unrest and really the dissatisfaction with the American government. But I do have to say the show didn't necessarily want to take, didn't really assume didn't take sides, I should say, of either argument. It really is just something that's bringing up an interesting phenomena that goes back to Waco. And
the cast of the show is like a murderer's row of great actors. You've got yourself, Michael Shannon, John Leguizamo, David Costabile. I mean, so many. Did you ever look at a scene being shot and think my goodness, that is a lot of acting talent there on the floor?